Why am I telling that? I can hear you as well.
Right, evening guys. How is everybody? Hope you're all well. Thanks for coming over and joining us. We have a slight technical issue. Mr. Bray or Terry has he's going to mime tonight. He's got no audio. He's trying to sort it, but we'll bring him in anyway. There he is. He's trying to sort the audio out.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here, but Terry's going to have to learn British Sign Language very, very quickly.
So, hope everybody's well. Hope you've had a great week. Thanks for coming over and joining us for another live. Yeah, not a lot to say. Hope you've, like I say, been a different week this week. Snow, sleet, hail, rain, you name it, we've had it. I've been on a roof with it. Lovely. So, how you getting on then, Terry?
No.
Yeah, no.
Have you checked your audio in Skype, Terry? Please, come on. Get a grab.
Partly my fault, I think, because he had issues with his mouse. I told him to unplug his dongle, and then he lost his audio. So, welcome everybody in, Brian, while we're waiting.
I could. Let's go to the participants list and see who's in it. Let me see. Participants list. From the top, we have Billy Woodworks, Barry's Wood Creations, door 60. I better slow down a bit because Terry might be a while. Dave Oatley. Dave Oatley, not Oatley. My God. Gary Glass, Gerard the French Turner, James Crawford, Joe Senior's in.
Hey, Terry's back.
Welcome along, Terry.
Man's a genius.
Mark the gentleman Woodturner. Mark the man's a genius, did you say? Why did Steve come over and fix it for you? Mike Doyle, Norman Greenwell, Greenwell.
It's
sorry.
gone again. We can't hear you now. What have you done now? It's gone.
You've done it again.
Yeah.
What have you done?
It's gone
away again. Robert Dolman, Susie the Swiss Woodturner.
It's going to be
TC Woodwork.
It's going to be one of those
Terry
nights.
The Yorkshire gets in. Evening Glen. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Wayne the Woodturner's in. Val. Hi Val. Wivey Woodshed and Woodturning by Barry.
Yeah, welcome everyone.
Oh, and Neil Balls just popped in there. And the Jezeri Hunter.
Oh, is that a new name?
The Jezeri, I don't know how you say that, Steve. DJZAIR.
I think that gentleman was in my live on Sunday, if I remember rightly.
Cool.
But anyway, that's better. Don't touch anything.
I am. It's all right. Sorted.
Right.
Well, he thinks he's sorted. Let's see how it goes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Voice.
Right, so welcome everybody. I don't know if anybody noticed a genuine mistake in the description, but in the title it said I was going to make a bowl, look like metal, and in the description it said goblet. So I'm going to do a bowl anyway. So what I'm going to be...
He's going to do a gobble.
Yeah. So what I'm going to be using...
Gobble.
Dog bowl.
Not a bowl.
Yeah. I'm going to hack it to hell. So what I'm going to be using...
A bowl on the end of the
I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to be using some of these to put the pattern in it.
Is that a drill bit?
No, it's like a carving piece. It's like
It's
like a bit like a spearhead, really. But I bought a set of these a long time ago from our faithful Wish, so it took 9 months to come. But anyway, I'm going to be
that was quick.
yeah, I'm going to be using some of these in the Dremel to obviously give us the different shapes. And the one I'm using is bigger than this, so the idea is that we can get different diameters as we plunge into it. So, plan is to turn a basic bowl, just fairly plain on the outside. Then I'll put a band in it. Then we'll do some texture in the middle. Then we'll make it look really old and patinaed and metal looking. So that's the plan. Don't know how far we're going to go tonight because obviously we only want to go about an hour and a half. So we'll see how far we go. Hopefully get it finished, but we will see what happens in the night. So as always, if there's any questions, chuck a question in the chat with a cue in front. These guys will then know what to pick up. And the other thing quickly is I have now released for sale the Jaw Buddy, the faceplate buddy and the 2 badges that I make. They are on my Made Me store if anybody wants them. I'm also doing a package deal to get you started if you wanted to. So the link is in the top of the chat if you want to go and have a look at them. Obviously, it's totally up to you. But what I'm going to do is for the first 30 orders of the package deals, I'm going to chuck in the buddy range and the buddy station logos to go with the package. So that'll be for the first 30 orders only. So go over and check it out. If you do go and have a look at my Made Me store, please follow me, because obviously following me shows support for the store, and also it helps push it up the promotion chain. So I really, your support is great, but if you could follow me, even better. So let's get on with this then. Right, let's have a look at. I've got a piece of, I think it's a piece of ash. I've hacked it about a bit to take all the rough corners off of it. Put some lighting on it, help. So what I've done, ashish. So what I've done is just roughly took the corners off on the chop saw. Bit of bark here, but hopefully we're going to, with the shape of that, we're going to lose that as well. That is, bark is on there fairly well. I did try to pull it off, but that won't come off. So we'll get that rough turned, and we'll see how we go. I'm just going to do it on a mortise on the bottom. So we'll get our rough shape and go from there. Safety glasses first. So what's it? Guys, yeah. Dijaria.
That's what I'm saying. Who's she?
Hopefully. Well, maybe not.
I should just put it in there so you give us the phonetic spelling of it.
All right, okay.
This is Iria. Jazaria. There you go. Welcome along. Sorry for being so terrible with the name.
He's rude, Jazaria, don't worry.
I'm rude to everybody. No,
Billy Brown's in. Did you say Billy Brown?
I
Yep.
did say Billy.
Okay.
Hi Billy, how you doing?
Brian Watkins is in. Evening, Brian.
Hi Brian.
What are you doing tonight then, Steve?
Apparently, Mark Gentleman just said there's no sound from the earworms. Have you done it again, Steve?
No, there should be sound going out because it's bouncing on my bar.
Well, I hope there's sound because I've now got mine working. No, it's working now. It's your ears, Mark.
Just say this. You couldn't hear Terry, that's what it was.
Yeah. Mine wasn't temporarily working. It's now working.
Yeah, Gary Glass says it's the camera angle, Billy. Oh, you said his ash was smaller. Oh, okay. That's a funny one, Gary. Alex of Wooden Things is in.
Hi Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Wood and things.
Wood.
Wooden things.
It's a Scottish word for wood. Wood.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh well. What will be, Brian. Dave Odie's in. You said Dave. Hello, Dave.
Oh.
Sound is good, says Barry.
Apparently it sounds good, yeah.
Tipsy Turner's in.
All right, Tipsy. So I'm
Late
using.
game, but,
I'm using the
Oh no.
1/2-inch bowl gouge to remove a lot of this waste.
Tipsy's called Jeff, I think. Woodworm Paul is in. Hello, Paul.
Hi Paul.
Why does Pete show my microphone is muted? I don't know.
Is it showing that your microphone's muted?
Yeah, it keeps putting a line across it for some reason.
Yeah. You know that little arrow next to the microphone in Skype?
Oh, yes.
Click it, and in the drop-down box, go to the Jabra 65, and it'll work. Ding.
Jabra Link 370.
Yeah, go to the 65, and it'll work. It'll come back to life. That's
No,
what's
it's
wrong
okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Can you hear me now, Terry?
I can hear you fine.
Well, there we go.
Douglas Mungan's in. Hello, Douglas.
Hi, Douglas. Good evening.
Evening, Wayne. If I haven't said hello to you yet.
Archie Scott. From Ochel Woodcraft, Bannockburn, Scotland is in. Good evening, Archie.
Hi, Archie. How you doing?
Good evening, Archie.
Archie.
So just quickly, while we're doing this, while I'm just saying it, I had a lovely email from Shadowfoam about
good.
all the people that ordered their free Shadowfoam kits. And I was a bit concerned because obviously I think there was 34 people or whatever who ordered them on that evening, and I thought they might be a bit, that's quite a lot to give away. But what they said was that they're quite happy for me to keep shouting it.
Okay.
Until whenever. So if you want,
Cool.
if you want to try the Shadowfoam, the
Link in the chat,
Shadowfoam,
Brian.
the Shadowfoam free sample kit. It's UK free postage. So if you're in the UK, it's not going to cost you a penny. And what you need to do in checkout in the promotion code is type in "try me free." So if you enter that as a promotion code, it should take all the price off the sample kit and also the shipping. So you should get it for totally free.
Fine business.
Well,
Mark
that's a big
Stroughton's
number.
in, and
Hi,
the
Mark.
Yorkshire Kid is in. Hello,
Hi,
Mark.
Glenn.
Hello, Glyn.
And people might have seen earlier in the week, oh, tastes nice, that Brian did his toolbox with his.
I did one piece of my toolbox.
Tim from TF Turning says he works about a quarter of a mile from Shadowfoam, and his mate works there too.
Awesome.
Oh, take it. You won't need a free sample then, Tim.
Yeah.
Where is Shadowfoam then? Whereabouts are they in the country?
That I couldn't answer. But obviously,
Tim will tell us.
Tim will tell us.
And Norman's already ordered some Shadowfoam sheets today.
Nice.
Oh, Norman.
Hope you use my discount code, mate. You've got 10% off.
Best. That's the Shadowfoam link there, guys.
Gerard, the French turner, received his today. Cost him €4 for the duty. 4.14 euros. Fair enough.
When Steve was, Mark just said, when Steve was on the overhead, there was only, there was no audio from you two. As soon as I activated the picture and picked, the sound came back.
Let's have a look then. Overhead.
Oh,
Let's have a look.
Right, so that's the
One,
overhead
two,
camera
three.
on now. Have I got sound?
Should be sound. The bar's jumping across the screen.
Yeah.
Let's try the other.
Right, okay.
There you go. That's gone on that one. There you go. You should be back now.
Tim says near the infamous boat lift, wherever that is.
Where's the infamous boat lift when it's at home?
Yeah, is that thing that works on water?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called.
I fill it up and it. Yeah.
There's one of them.
Part
There's
the
one of
country
them.
that is.
And,
Thank you, Mark's working now.
There's one of them at Falkirk.
That's the one, Falkirk. Yeah, that's the one. That's where the horses are as well, isn't it?
That's right. Skelpies.
Yeah. Yeah. I went there on holiday one year.
Yep.
Queued for an hour and a half to go on a 10-minute boat ride.
Mark's
Awesome,
getting his see.
Yeah.
Mark says, see, I wasn't wrong. No, you're never wrong. You're never wrong, Mark.
You're never wrong, Mark.
But it's always your fault.
Absolutely, always correct. Every time you open your mouth, you're correct.
It's your fault, though, Mark. Hello, Pete.
But it's still your fault.
That's the trouble when you're perfect. You're always right.
Terry, you're supposed to tell Brian he's still muted. Brian, you're still muted, said Pete.
Brian,
Couldn't be still muted. You're supposed to just
April
tell him. See, I get you. I'm watching you, Ravenscroft.
Right, so 27, well, 26 mil.
Anderton in Cheshire is
Cheshire.
boat lift.
Oh, right, that's not Falkirk then.
Anderton, right.
Anderton. Never heard of it.
No, why, but I've been to Cheshire several times. But
In fact, I've just about heard of Cheshire, to be honest.
Been to Cheadle in Cheshire. Had a girlfriend there once.
Oh, well, here we go.
She's very
Another
posh.
story.
She's very posh.
Here comes another
Very, very
story from the infamous storyteller.
The stud days.
My mother actually said, "Blimey, how'd you get out of her?" I said, "Oh, she's, love me mother. Don't worry about it." Shortly afterwards, I met Ruth, and that was the end of that. Evening, Malcolm Douglas.
Hi, Malcolm.
Good evening, Malcolm. Archie said the Skelpies are 7 miles from him.
Skelpies.
My sister lives about 5 minutes from the Skelpies along the canal.
What is the Skelpies, Brian?
2
The
horses.
Skelpies are 2 giant horse heads.
Okay, my business. Geography lesson now. Love it.
Just outside Falkirk.
Question.
It's where the
Todd.
2 canals meet. And the
If
2
Brian
canals are
in the woods earworming, does anyone hear him?
Who?
If Brian is in the woods earworming, does anyone hear him?
only if there's a woman present, apparently.
They can hear you from miles away.
Reuben's Woodcraft is in. Good evening.
Hi, Reuben.
I
How
have
you doing?
Dave. I have Dave. Hello, Reuben.
Right, so just a little bit of flat on there. So I'm just going to put a
Tim-
couple. Go on.
I was going to say, Tim's saying Falkirk is the wheel, Anderton is an uppy downy, and the other only working one in Europe, apparently.
All right.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah, Falkirk is a big wheel thing.
Yeah, that big wheel thing. Yeah, that's it.
Falkirk.
I saw that on the television.
And the other one just goes up and down. It's
Right.
the Kelpies, Brian. That's what I said, the Kelpies.
So I'm going to put a couple of lines in here, so that gives us our textured area.
Gary.
Well done, Gary. My wife told me a package arrived today for me. Naturally, I assumed it was some of the you I was anticipating to receive for my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Did I happen to mention that in any of the lives this week? Yes, you did, Gary, and unfortunately none of us had your dress, so happy birthday anyway, mate.
Continually, Gary, I have to say, continually.
Happy birthday, Gary. Hope you had a good day, and
Yeah,
I hope you're not I hope you're not too disappointed about not getting you.
Yeah.
If you are.
Dad's in.
Hi, Dad. How you doing?
Hi, Richard.
He said today he rang me.
Richard.
He rang me today and said, "I'll pop in and say hello." Right.
Yeah.
So I've got a little bit of a crack in there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of super glue in there. If I can find it, where is it? There's another one there as well. So I'm just going to give that a quick spray with some sand and sealer. And it don't really matter too much, but we'll just give it a little spray anyway. Then we'll get a little bit of fine super glue in there just to seal that crack up a little bit. And then we'll Dremel it. So Finn.
Rob on Copper Housing as well. So.
Hi, Rob. How you doing, mate?
Good evening, Rob.
How old, Gary? How old are you then? What's the score? Birthday today?
26.
1950s baby? 1990s baby? What?
26.
26?
Well, that's what age I am, so.
Ha, ha.
What are you laughing at?
26.
That might be the age of your earphones, but that's about all. Your glasses, but that's about all.
Yeah, I think I think that's a very cheek.
I mean, you look older than me, Brian. You know.
Yeah, no. Gary, I've told you before, you need to install mirrors in your house.
Ah, no.
Not pictures of you when you were 24.
Terry Bartlett says, Steve, buddy package ordered.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Terry,
well
thank you.
done, Terry Bartlett.
Well done, Tel.
Also, Terry,
Gary Glass is only 56, for goodness sake.
Oh, you're chicken, and a young chicken.
It's only a sprug.
Terry,
yes.
not you, Terry Bartlett. No. Terry Bartlett asked me to sort some 33mm flat plates for his club slaves.
Oh yeah.
If you're still interested, Terry, I've done them. Just message me, and we'll sort something out.
I'll bring them back next week.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I can get them printed, and you can bring them back for him. But
Boys in. Hi, Roy.
Hi, Roy. If he messages me and he still wants them, then I'll print them up for him.
Pete's putting a link to Anderton there. I take it that's the Canal River Trust.org Anderton.
Mm-hmm.
That'll it'll be about the boat lift.
It's clever
I'll
stuff.
have
and
to
it
go and
works.
see that because I like narrow boats. Been on a few.
Falkirk is interesting because it all works on water. I mean, yeah, water pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
It's clever.
It's just a balancing act, really. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Question for you there, Brian from Douglas.
From Douglas.
Douglas Mugham.
What?
Brian, did you not like the pic on Facebook?
I did, Douglas. Thank you very much. Precious. All I can say, precious. Did
Well,
you see
Barry's- Sorry.
Did you see the picture on Facebook, Terry?
No, I didn't get Facebook today. I was away today. Ruth and I, talking to
I
Ruth,
think
Grandma
I
Ruth
think
Tube is in.
Hi,
Hello,
Ruth.
Ruth.
Hi, Ruth. I think you should be looking at Facebook and check out Douglas Mungham's page. He's very, very
Ruth-
cheeky to you and I today.
Ruth's only 46. She's reversed the numbers. Barry's Weird Creations reckons he thought it was his birthday today. Shadowfoam turned up. His new lathe turned up. And something else is just shot off the screen.
Woo!
Wow. Well
What
done,
else?
Barry.
Hang on. Where? Oh, yeah. Andy hit 350 subs. Well done.
Well
Barry.
done,
excellent.
Barry. Well done.
You're a
Well
star, mate.
deserved. Well deserved.
What lathe did you get? Tell us. That's what we need to know next.
Right, so them cracks are
With
filled.
Mr. Drew Collins 95 then.
Yeah, I was going
Yeah.
to say I don't want to reverse mine because I'll be 94. Yeah, 94.
I'll,
Mate,
I'll be
Steve's only
7.
49. He must be the youngest in this group.
I'll be 7.
7.
07 I'll be.
Right, so that's that sorted. Let's just put a little thin skim over that just to take off.
I'd be 96.
Come on.
Terry Bartlett says, yes, message sent with the buddy size. And yes, please, for the washers.
Right, okay. So I'm just
And
going to take
The
a
boy
look.
says, what wood is this, Steve?
What?
And
We think that's a piece of ash.
And Barry's Wood Creation's got a Cornet Herald.
All right, okay. Super job.
Good lad.
Fine lathe for a small shed. Perfect. It's a real good compact lathe.
Well, Roger Mills is in. I don't know if we've said that before, but he's just saying to Ruth that he would end up at 87 because he's 78 now. Oh,
Right.
Danny Boy's in. Hello, Danny Boy.
Hi, Danny. How you doing?
Broadsword
Good evening, Danny boy. I won't do the obvious joke.
So let's get this textured now. I'm going to keep inside. Well, try and keep inside these lines.
Have you used that tool before?
You're cheek, Pete. You have
That's
some
cool.
cheek, Pete.
Yeah, I have used this before, but not.
Yeah.
Normally I use a round bore.
Hmm.
So this is the first time I've tried this process with this tool, but
That's
it
cool.
can be quite aggressive.
I was
I
going to say,
would-
it looks a bit.
It has a
mean,
look of an
but-
aggressive tool.
Yeah, it can be a bit aggressive. So,
I take it you've had a practice.
yeah, on a bit of waste wood. But the thing I like about it is because it's so big, you can get different sizes with one tool.
It's
Yep.
quick too, but look at it.
They call Wood Wizardry by Colin says it's too big for my shed. Lol.
What, the Dremel?
Yeah.
She's in from Kitey's shed. Good evening, all.
So this is going to take a little while. But
Ash, how
This
you
is
doing,
good.
mate?
This is going to take a while as well. Have you not got a Blue Peter one ready? No.
no.
My video that's coming out on Wednesday, assuming I get it edited by then, shows this as well with a different tool.
Well, you're just blown in now because Steve's doing the, when they see yours, I mean,
I know.
Yeah, mate.
I'll just speed all the way through because I've seen it now. Same principle.
Rob saying, be careful, Steve.
Yeah.
9 fingers.
Terry Bartlett says, I ain't reversing. I'll be 56 again. I get my pension in June. Yay! Good man. It's amazing. Somebody puts
Yeah, it is actually.
your pension in your bank every 4 weeks. It's just like
Just get pensioned in.
it's crazy.
Every month somebody says, "Oh, by the way, Chad, you want some more money?"
And you've just at the right time too. It's gone up by 3.5%. This month.
5. Oh, that's all right.
Yep.
I never know how much it goes up by. Shouldn't have said that, Brian. Ruth was listening.
Oh, so she was. I forgot, Terry. Sorry, mate. Dropped you in it there, didn't I?
Yeah. Keith Jarvis
well,
is wondering,
too bad.
Brian, have you sorted out your electrics yet?
Yes, Keith, I did. It was an LCD unit.
I'll find that a cut down 6-inch nail works.
Yeah, across the bus bar, yeah.
Pretty
Great
short
idea,
term.
Terry.
Yeah.
I'll just weld it in. Oh, no, it would weld itself in, wouldn't it?
I remember when I used to work for a company, I went out and this car was broken down and somebody'd sewn up a 4-inch nail and put it in the fuse holder and he wondered why his dashboard burned out.
Yeah.
The
Danny
fuse
Boy
kept
says,
blowing before that.
Danny Boy has just said, I just heard you all talking about lathes. Has anyone got an opinion on the lathe Lidl has as a starter lathe? There will be loads of opinions, and I think most of them will be, don't do it.
I wouldn't express an opinion.
Well, what lathe has he got then?
Don't know. Danny Boy, have you got a lathe already? Yeah, Terry Bartlett says it's still the worst pension in Europe.
Yeah, it is.
You're quite right, it is.
Pete Twisted Tree says his video would have been 72 hours long, including drying time, if Mark had told him to press record.
This is true. Mark's fault again. See, Mark, he wasn't even there and it was his fault.
Lewis the
Klondike Craftsman is in and he says, it's the weekend at last.
Oh, yeah.
Pete from Twisted said, don't touch the Lidl lathe.
Well, actually, he's shouting it, really.
Yeah. I wouldn't touch it either.
No. I suppose it's okay if you want to just put a chuck on it and spin it slowly to,
Doesn't spin slowly.
Doesn't it? Oh, use it as a buffer, maybe.
It'd be all right for sharpening pencils.
Danny doesn't have a lathe, that's why he asked.
Ah, see. Best thing to do, Danny, is save your money up. If you can't buy a good second-hand one, save your money up. And
get
if
decent
you've got
lathe.
a small workshop, the Record Power Cornet Herald is as good as you'll buy for a nice little starter lathe.
That's got to be one of the most popular UK lathes, I reckon.
I think it has to be close to it anyway. Some of the Axminster small ones are good too, like mind you.
Yeah. Christina and Michael Heseltine are in. Hello, Christina.
Hi, Christina and
Christina
Michael.
Michael, how are you both?
He's admiring your patience, Steve.
Who is?
See
Christina
what you're
and
doing
Michael.
now, Steve. This thing that Steve's doing now, this small, intricate filling, making holes. I could do that all day.
That'd be in the bin if it's me by now.
No, I could do it all day, particularly if you're doing patterns and stuff. Dave Oaty says, the Lidl lathe is okay if you want to put someone off woodturning.
Cool, that's better. I've got glasses on now. I can see what I'm doing.
Douglas Mullen says, Terry, when I was at my mum and dad's home, I got back from a trip and there was a 6-inch nail in the main fuse. Mum said every time they switched the electric fire on, it blew. Just like a 6-inch nail in there. Yeah, that's it. Works.
Yeah.
Catch the house afire, mine. But...
Yeah, it's just liable to set your house on fire.
Yeah. Didn't say the insurance company. I don't know what happened.
When the woodturner says the Lidl lathe is best for mounting on a proper lathe and turning it. Yeah, it is plastic, you might have read. It'd just be like turning resin, I suppose, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I don't know whether I'm stepping out of my jurisdiction here, but Barry's Wood Creations has just bought a new lathe, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, I think he did, yeah.
So he's got a lathe that he might want to get rid of. So,
yeah,
if Danny's looking for a lathe,
Weaver says it's better than nothing. I started with a homemade drill bolted to my bench. I have a similar to Lidl, and I'm happy-ish with it. But the centres don't line up, and I can't get a Jacobs chucking the tailstock. It certainly has its limit. Let's put it this way, Val. It has its limitations.
On the way, Val says I had a homemade drill bolted to the bench.
Yeah. Then the limitations are not. They don't. Not outweighed by the positives.
Alex got the right idea. I was thinking about the Stratos Midi Pro as an upgrade to his Charnbird lathe. Perfect choice.
The Stratos Mini Pro. What price is on the Stratos Mini Pro, Alex?
Midi Pro.
Yeah. Midi Pro. What price is on it?
Got to be 4 or 5 grand, surely.
You can turn a 14-inch bowl on a Ricker Pearl Cornet Herald easily.
I think Barry was saying the other day that it's got the same spec, other than length, as the Axminster 306.
And Marcus said that Barry has already advertised his old lathe, and it's for a very good price too. Hey, aren't they? Wifey's Woodshed said he's got a Jet 1015 VS with bed extension that needs a new home.
There you go. There's another one. Tim says, to be fair, the lining up of the centres isn't great on his Axminster, but it's not far off. It's a bit strange. Is it height-wise, or is it sideways that is off?
Yeah. They should line up, guys.
Gotta line up.
Not much good if they don't.
Permanent off-centre turning, but...
Gary Glass is making the statement that every wood turner should pay attention to. I started with the Draper midi lathe, which isn't too bad, but it's just a midi lathe. I'm already looking for something to upgrade to. Wish I'd gone bigger from the off. Yeah. I can't say anything. I've had 4 lathes in 2 years.
I mean, that's more than I've had in 40 years.
My granddad
always... The boy says the Midi Pro is 1,400 quid. That's a good price.
That's a good price, yeah.
My granddad always said to me, always buy the biggest and best tool you can afford.
Yeah. Well, I made the mistake of buying one of those, what do you call them, red things? Oh, lumberjack.
Lumberjack.
I bought one of the lumberjack things. It's made out of box section. It's useless.
Yeah.
So that went very quickly. And I bought a Cornet Herald. And then I wanted something bigger, and I bought the record, the Regent. Then that had the problem with the headstock securing bolt. And now I have an Axminster 508, and that's what I should have bought in the first place.
I started with a record power, tiny little thing, must have been about not even a metre long, 2 thin bars, and it was a beautiful lathe. It worked a treat, but not that big, so you couldn't do too much big. And then I upgraded to a second-hand Poolwood 2840 in 1989-ish. I kept that one all the way up until last year. Then I bought the 508.
Yep, Val is pondering on the Midi 355 from Axminster for next year when our current one dies, and I'll get a proper chuck. It will be amazing.
Jeff wants to know, any lathes for sale within 150 miles of Minneapolis? Hard to say, Jeff.
We don't get that many people from America, unfortunately. I'd love to have a few more.
We're trying.
Yeah. You're doing a 2 o'clock in the morning to see if they can G a few up. But...
I don't think Americans are all that keen on live broadcast stuff.
Are they not? Oh, okay.
Well, apparently not, because we don't hear of anybody doing them in America.
Okay. Well, we get a few in here, don't we? Quite a few.
Yeah, we have quite a few Americans and certainly Canadians as well, North America. There's more videos, I think, in America. I think.
Right.
Anyway.
That's because they can skip through them. You can't skip through a live, can you?
Although Jake is, Jake and
Jake
Jamie
Thompson
do
does
that
it,
live
yeah,
show
they-
thing, don't they?
Yeah, well, Jake comes on doing lives, doesn't he, on his resin
Yep.
stuff.
That's a Saturday morning live thing he does.
Mm.
It's morning in America. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here. Saturday.
Todd says it's very rare for lives over there.
I thought that.
Chris from Bailey Woodwork says we like to watch.
To watch. Yeah.
We're turning voyeurs. That's what you are.
Tim says the tool drilling sounds like a goose.
Says you're a dentist, Steve.
Did you want NHS fillings or did you want to pay for
Yeah.
premium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Private fillings.
You can
My
either have
friend
grey NHS or colour match for private.
My friends across the road who I delivered the bail to this morning
Mhm.
took one look at me today and said, have you had an MRI scan yet? I said, no, I'm still waiting for it. She says, go private. And she works for the NHS.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to get one done, Brian.
Yeah, go private. Only cost you
Kate-
£200 or £300, she says. Only.
Katie's in, Cornish maid. Hello, Katie.
Hi,
Hey,
Katie.
how you doing?
Hope you're okay.
We have 69 lovely people currently watching.
Oh,
Get
thank you very
on,
much,
people.
everybody.
Hit that thumbs up for Steve.
And there's only 28 thumbs up on my page. Let me just refresh that. That can't be right. Surely that can't be right.
They all think they're in a dentist operation or in the waiting room. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
what it is,
you're scaring them all. That's what's wrong.
Ruth won't be watching then if she thinks there's a dentist thing.
Well, Ruth not. Ruth, I hate the dentist too, Ruth.
She's there now.
Ruth, I hate the dentist with a passion.
What she says that I have a lovely lathe for sale which belongs to my soon to be ex-husband. Love being a wood-turning widow. Can see whatever I want on TV. What a babe.
Oh, dear. That's bad, Ruth. Yorkshire gets it. That's a piercing noise.
It is.
I can't really hear it.
It'd be even worse if I didn't have the noise cancellation on.
Oh, I only hear it every now and again.
Pete's offered Ruth £12.99.
Well, you're too late. I've offered 13 quid for it, Pete.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, Pete. Ruth bought it for me, so she knows exactly what it cost.
I actually quite like this bit.
So Tim has said, thinking about it, the height's off.
Right.
And now and then the side to side is adjustable. No, side to side is adjustable. Because your headstock will, well, should be able to swivel a bit.
Yeah, you could probably take this tailstock off and file it down a bit, or put a shim under the headstock.
Yep.
Thin metal shim under the headstock, I suppose.
Get it lined up properly.
Right. That's as far as I'm going to go.
Yeah, Danny Boy's not in a rush for this. He's happy watching for now. Eventually, I'll make room for one, as my brother has a box load of oak stair spindles to practice on. Oh,
Cool.
nice.
Have you counted all the holes, Steve, just in case you want to get an identical one, match pair?
There's
Yeah.
one less than I put in the last one I did. Right. So let's just sand that up now.
King Lewis says, look, his grandma looking for a younger man. There is a guy looking for a lathe that may be up for a black age deal. Well done, Lewis.
All right, so just sand this up.
And Roy the boy says it sounds like an annoying kid playing with a cheap horn.
Home brewers in.
Or Colin from Wood Misery said it sounds like an angry mosquito flying around.
First come, first serve. Any offers welcome, says Ruth.
Grandma Ruth, a terrible.
Terrible to me. See what I got to put up with, Brian?
I know, it's terrible. Shocking.
Day in, day out.
Yeah, but on the other side of the coin there, Terry, what does Ruth have to put up with day in, day out?
She took me to lunch today, paid and all. She did.
There you go. She pays every time you get out.
I know she does. I got the money.
Oh, you're only a poor old pensioner, is that right?
Yeah, poor old pensioner. Let Ruth. Yeah, she got it all. Just a poor old pensioner. I get very little to spend.
My heart's. Do you know what, Terry? If I had a heart, that'd be bleeding by now.
Yeah.
If you had a heart, yeah. Yeah, there is that, Steve. If you had a heart.
Yeah, if I had a heart now, I'd be bleeding.
That's funny, Steve. Michelle says I've got a swinging brick rather than a heartbeat.
Pendulum.
A pendulum, yeah. A swinging brick. Not as posh as a pendulum, just a brick on a string.
So we're colouring this, Steve, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to spray it all black.
Sand it back or?
Not sure yet, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
Because I'm going to put like a gild over the top of it to make it look oldie metal to patinaed look.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. Yeah, and Jared the French Turner says, Steve, is your blanket okay? It looks like there's a live worm making holes in.
Holy
When he
moly.
goes to work. When he goes to work in old houses, he gets that
Oh.
and starts drilling all the little joists, and he says, "Oh, look, you need woodburn treatment here. It's another job."
Grandma Rooster says, keep digging that hole. Remember, I have the key to the back door.
Ah, she has. That's the point.
Oops.
You've got a heater in the workshop. You'll be all right, sir.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Furnish mess suggesting black and gold.
Yeah.
And
No
the
grit
Yorkshire
again,
Grit,
Steve?
the Yorkshire Grit has said, what? No
grit
grit
again?
again, Steve.
I used it the other day, Glenn. It's just that you don't come in all my lives, mate. So if you was
That's
here,
it, see?
if you was
If you
here
pay-
in every live, you'd see it. Thanks for your support, Glenn.
He'll do the inside though.
Oh, the bidding's up to £25 for your lathe, Terry.
Is it? Oh, we're bidding on it, are we?
Oh, it's flying. Yeah.
Well, only cost £3.5 grand, so you know, why not?
25 quid for the lathe, £2 for delivery.
Yeah.
You want to
I'll tell you
try?
what.
You want to try buying a new one today?
It comes with Ruth, so if you think you've got a good deal for 25 quid and Ruth, go ahead. It'll cost you another 50,000 to keep her.
I think
Not that
Billy's.
she's high maintenance.
I think Chris at Billy Woodward's just withdrawn his offer.
I don't know if I've done that mortar deep enough in there. It's only about 2 mil deep.
Yes, you're right, Pete. I think there's I just had a ping on my Facebook. There's a new Facebook page opened up.
Lots of single women in Plymouth are clubbing together to bribe you to keep Terry.
George Regret said he's been a bit busy this week. He has indeed.
You have, mate.
Terry.
How is our Joe this evening? Joe was in the chat earlier. Is she still there?
Hope she's okay.
How are you feeling today, Joe?
Everybody send Joe a big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hugs for Joe.
Gerard says, Ruth, do you accept ruples?
Say ruples.
Oh, Gary, see? It works, Glyn. Gary Glass is saying. Flip side of that, Glyn, I watched Steve use Yorkshire Grit on his live and it made me order 2 tins from you.
There you go.
So
You're welcome.
So
You're welcome,
stop
Glyn.
whinging, Glyn.
You're welcome,
Stop
Glenn.
Paul Cabinet's in. He's just said 20 minutes using my new SKU and having issues. I've sharpened it and everything. It seems like I've left the Pro Edge at the setting for the roughing gouge.
Ooh.
That's ruined it then, for now. I want to make stuffs in. Hello. I want to make stuff.
Evening.
Toilet Glenn Cove just started the hashtag hugs for Joe.
Yes, Terry's lathe does come with a badge fitted to a jacket. Todd.
Be Careful now, guys. Careful what you wish for, because the
Hello,
jacket may
Joe.
still be covered in covering Terry.
Hello, Joe. Joe's in.
Hi, Joe.
Hope
Joe
you're
is
feeling
here.
better, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I'm actually just going to make that a little bit deeper. Only 2 mil that hole, and
What's only 2 mil?
the mortise in the bottom there.
Oh, it should be plenty. According to Pete.
I don't mind 3 mil, but
Klondike Craftsman says, I want to make. I want to make what?
And Jennifer's not very well, is she? So get well soon, Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer's not well either.
oh, bless her.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Well, you'd be best getting well quick too. Young Jennifer. That skew you're using as a scraper?
yeah, I am.
Well, sadly.
Need some lessons, Steve.
Klondike Classman says, hashtag single Terry is a public nuisance. Or menace, even.
Well, Pete Twisted Tree said if you buy my lathe, you have to get some extended legs for it.
Yeah, this is true. Or dig it out of the hole it's buried in.
It's the perfect height for me now because I've taken off the feet.
And he's got his high heels on when he whip turns.
I've got my high heels, my 10-inch high heels.
People watching.
So blow all the dust out of the holes.
I happened to mention today on the live that I had fried egg sandwiches for lunch today.
Did you? Favourite?
Oh, gorgeous. Egg banjos. It was very, very nice.
Do you know what Ruth bought me for lunch today? Full English breakfast.
Oh,
Nice.
hard to beat.
Everything. Hard to beat. It was hard to beat. And I said only one thing I needed was 2 eggs instead of 1. So
Oh,
Just
I
can't
would
please some
demanded 2 eggs.
Just can't please some people, can you? Right, let's paint this up. So I'm using Hampshire Sheen Black.
Dave Oates says, Lewis, a married Terry is a public menace. Trust me, I've met him.
yeah.
Yeah, we know him too. He is a menace. You're absolutely right.
He's a liability. Right.
Ooh.
So black. Make sure we get all the little nooks and crannies.
Jerry is saying, speaking of lessons, anyone recommend a 3 to 5 day wood turning course and staycation? Yes, Glenn Lucas.
Glenn Lucas.
I should be going there in July.
That's Ireland, of course. You have to call that a staycation unless you live in Ireland. Of course.
Depends on where you live. Yeah.
It's a staycation for me. The other boys are going to have to travel.
We don't mind.
Dave Oates had a tiger baguette with fried egg and bacon for lunch.
Oh, that's good. That's good, Dave.
Lovely.
Wrong with that.
Paul Cabinet says, the way my turning is going these days, Record Power are offering to sponsor me, not to use their stuff.
Use the stuff.
Oh dear, Paul. That's not so good, man. Oh. Subtle, Mark, subtle.
Of course, Mark lives in Bude. If anybody
He
didn't know
does.
that. Katie had salad for
Ireland
dinner.
is doable. Ah.
Katie had salad for dinner.
I had an apple.
She's a dance teacher, isn't she? So she's got to keep sort of calories down. So she's nimble.
You got to remember that Ireland is still in the common travel area for the people in the UK.
So I want to make sure I get plenty of black down in the bottom of them holes.
Because you can come via Northern Ireland and just drive straight across the border. There ain't no border.
Ain't no border yet.
Yet.
Wee Val says, I love your airbrush,
Thanks for
Steve.
the recommendation, lads.
You're very good and smooth with it. Double.
Thank you, Val. Right, so that's the black. I'll let that dry a little bit.
Looks
Is it-
nice.
Gonna soak in. That'll soak in a little bit, and then where the soft grain is, that might go a bit more paler.
Do you give it another coat, maybe, or not?
Well, we'll see how it dries. I've put plenty on it, so hopefully be okay. You can see there, it's going a bit paler there where the soft grain is.
Soaks in more.
So Katie says, I wish I was a stick thin, though I got a dress to get into in May. You getting married in May, Katie?
Are we all invited, Katie? Oh, that'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Having a slot there.
Yeah, that's that.
That would be a wedding to remember.
Or
We'll
forget
take
one of the
We'll
two.
take a bowl each for our dinner.
Tim from TFT Tony says the weather's been dreich here all day.
It's not been great here.
We've had perfect sunshine today.
Yeah, it was nice and sunny here today. Cold though. And then it started to rain about 4 o'clock.
Lewis says his
Dave
dog
Oaty
is...
says, if anyone needs lessons, Mark is very good. I have to say this as he lives near me, laughing out loud.
Sure, you've got to live out in the back end of the world, haven't you?
Yeah, Cornish mate says, no, not yet. It's a friend's wedding.
All right.
That was a narrow escape.
Mm. Lewis, look, don't rush it, Katie. I hear Terry's available soon. What a boy.
There may be trouble ahead.
All right, Mike stuff says it's snowing in Norwich.
And Gary Glass says, I've my kilt to squeeze back into Katie for a wedding. It's not going to be easy. Just let it out a wee bit. I'll have a let out of kilt.
So, do I sand that back? No, I don't think I want to sand that back. So what I'm thinking is gold over the textured bit,
It's a good
And
Scottish word, Cam.
and then silver over the rest, I think.
Very
What?
nice.
Yeah, say that again.
Well,
Gold
if you,
over the
if
embellished.
you'd have been listening,
Yeah, come on, Brian.
Well, I was talking at
up.
the time. Why would it be listening and talking at the same time? Nobody's
Always
ridiculous, Steve.
well, yeah, that is true. You're a Scotsman. You can't do both. Right, so
Oh,
gold
Well,
over the
fuck yeah.
textured piece
yes, yes.
and silver over the rest.
Okay, be boring then. That's okay.
Well, what do you want then? What do you want, Brian? Brian, what
I
do you
don't want anything. I don't want it. It's your piece. You do what you like.
I thought that was a good idea, actually. Especially the gold
Yeah, I know.
over the
Gold and
embellished
silver.
bit.
Yeah. Gold and silver.
Well, you don't see greens and blues in patinaed metal, do you? The idea is to make it look like an old patinaed bowl. Whoops.
That's okay then. That's fine. You work away. You're
Alright.
doing a good job.
Thanks for your help, Brian.
No bother, mate. Anytime. What do you want? Sympathy?
Right, so we're going to dry brush this on. So what we're going to do is get a wide brush.
Susie, the Swiss woodturner says, is the gold paste not going to fill up the drilled holes?
No, because we're going to dry brush it on, Susie.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're
I
going to get a
knew
brush.
you were going to say that.
Good
We're
evening,
gonna-
Susie.
Yeah, good evening, Susie. Hope you well. So we want a scrap piece of paper, and we're going to put
Yeah,
some.
Gary. Sorry. Yeah,
We're-
sorry. Steve.
We're going to put some colour on our piece of paper.
Glyn says copper goes green, just saying.
It does. You're correct. So these are the abstract,
Third
abstract
degree.
acrylic. These I don't know. These came offline somewhere, but they're made by. Is that Snella?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sanelia.
Senelia.
Senelia.
Sanelia.
Be French.
Do you know?
So they are good because they come in a set of 5, I think. You get 5 colours. You get that's supposed to be copper, which is more like a burgundy. You get pearl. You get bronze, gold, and then silver. So they're quite good. They do They do go a long way, but they're a paint where if you want a deep, rich colour, you've got to put several layers over it.
Yeah.
So
Sonalia paints are Sonalia oil paints are one of the most expensive and the best.
yeah, this set was about
I use 'em.
this set was about 26 quid, I think. So.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but
So-
brilliant.
What the idea is to dry brush on, is to put a bit on your brush and then basically wipe it off. Because what you want to be doing is going over the top. So you're just gently brushing that over the top to pick up the sugar. To pick up the outline of our colours, really. And that brush is picking up. You know why, don't you?
Go on.
What? No,
Why is that picking up the colour of the black?
because not dry yet.
No, because I didn't sand and seal it.
Yeah.
Failed.
So it's soaking up through.
It is.
So
I
it
have to
was,
sand it again now.
no, that'll be all right. I just sand and seal the whole piece.
Paint Twisted Tree says, that reminds me, I've got some copper paint in the bike pan here. Bought them and forgot them.
Right, so let's just sand and seal this quickly.
I wonder when you bought them, Pete.
Put extraction on. So as obviously, like I would tell everybody, don't sand and seal before you stain, but sand and seal before you paint.
Correct.
So I need to learn to listen to myself, really, don't I?
You do, yeah.
Yeah, Klondike Craftsman says, not sealed. Yeah, that's Lewis tried to seal a piece with lacquer. Didn't work.
It did took about 4 days to dry and then it
Yeah,
didn't work.
37 coats later, he cut it all back off again.
That is £1,000 vase. It's got £1,000 worth of lacquer on it.
It has. The Klondike Craftsman says he's done typing, going to watch on the big screen. Please up the entertainment levels, Brian and Terry. What do you think this is? Walden Stadler or Stadler and Waldorf? Is that what they're called? Stadler and Waldorf.
Are they the grumpy old men?
It's
time to meet
the Muppets. It's time to do it right.
Yorkshire Git says,
Done the Muppet show tonight.
must I'll start again. The Yorkshire Git says, must be nice to have a bike near the house, Pete. Your bike's still not fixed then, Grit Blin.
Oh, bike's way back again. Oh. You remember that Faulty Towers episode when they kept saying to Basil Faulty, "Don't mention the war."
yeah. Hello, Major.
Don't mention the bike. Excuse me, I've got
You're
a bad
choking
cough.
there, Brian.
I've got a bad cough. I'm just going to mute myself for a second.
Thank goodness for that.
Right, now we've sand and sealed it. We should be all right now.
Yeah, it should work now.
Right, so let's try again. Get a clean brush.
So those acrylic paints,
Yes, they are acrylic, yep.
Right.
So this should work better now.
Mm.
Turn the extractor off. We don't need that on. Oh, look at that. That's better.
that's better.
So obviously we want to try and keep in them lines. And we're just brushing over the top. Just to all this does is illuminate the texture, really, because we'll have that two-color definition.
I'm back.
He's back.
Aye, Waldorf and Stadler, says Lewis. And the Yorkshire Gits bike is still in the dealers, where it possibly will be remaining.
So you can do this with the lathe on, but I prefer to do it
Yeah.
like this.
It's more accurate doing it with the lathe stationary.
Yeah, you get a nicer
you've got a
line with the
steady
lathe. on.
hand.
Yeah. The art is not to put too much on at a time, and that's the art, just to gently
right.
build the colour up.
Grandma Ruth Tube says, wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Ruth. 34
Careful
quid.
saying things like that, Ruth. You might get it as a gift.
No. Bloody awful. Don't get it.
After what he gave Nick, I've got to give him something. And the thing fell apart.
It's good, wasn't it? I did that on
Oh, yeah,
purpose. Can't remember what it is now.
Cake stand.
Oh, cake stand.
Honest
That's
mate
right.
says that's pretty. I've just opened my second tin of tenants, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
You drinking, Brian?
Yes, of course. I'm not turning. I'm in my office. I was trying to edit a video,
Trying.
but I got distracted. So the editing will have to wait.
Yeah, Pete did it. Steve did it live. You got distracted.
No, I got distracted long before Steve started doing a live, I have to say.
Michelle coming from work.
No, she's not home till 10:30. Seems.
Look at you.
Well, she'll probably be home about 10ish. Supposed to finish at 9:30.
Short staffed, is it maybe, or what?
No, it's the cashing up.
All right.
Takes a while sometimes. It depends who's on cashing up with her. One of the it's like joint owners of the shop, and they take turns at coming in and
right
to do the cashing up and stuff. So sometimes it takes longer than others, unfortunately.
So just finish this last bit off.
I want to make stuff has been binge watching Tim at TFT Turnings videos today. He says I even loved the spring clean video. Yeah, Terry Bartlett says good man Brian Guinness.
You like cleaning, Brian, don't you?
I do. I like keeping things tidy. I don't like cleaning per se, but I like to keep things tidy.
Clean workshop is a happy workshop.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
And this absolute nonsense of a dirty workshop's a working workshop. Rubbish.
You wouldn't do it on a
workshop.
You wouldn't
workshop's
if I had a dirty
It's just an
workshop on
untidy
site,
workshop.
the building inspector would shut us down.
Exactly.
my workshop's a miserable workshop.
That's all that is.
My workshop's miserable. It's not tidy.
Takes 10 minutes at the end of the day just to tidy up.
We've noticed, Terry. And that lovely table saw you're sitting next to.
Yeah.
There's a really expensive tabletop.
Nothing wrong with that table saw.
Yeah, I know.
Beautiful saw.
Yeah.
Would be nice,
Beautiful,
really, if I could
beautiful thing, but
clear.
look at the junk that's sitting on top of it.
I do use it.
Yeah, once you clean it enough, it.
That's the trouble. I got to take everything off before I use it. See, Wayne's in. Wayne Bigfoot. Hello, Wayne and Val.
Wayne and Valerie, how
Wayne,
you
Val.
doing? Nice to hear.
How you
See you, bud.
keeping?
To use for a
Keeping
while.
Right, so I'm just going to give that another coat, just see if we can.
Yes,
make
Dave.
That...
That's the only way forward, Dave. Clean it at the end of the session. It only takes 10 minutes to clean up.
Yeah, exactly.
Katie's got the right answer. Look, I'm a housekeeper. Lol, it's my job to clean things. Good idea.
Mark McGermott Woodturning just said, in your opinion, Brian, and absolutely correct, that's the only opinion that matters in my head. Everybody else is irrelevant to me.
A dirty workshop.
that?
A dirty workshop can be an unsafe workshop as well. Trip hazards and.
What other people think is no concern of mine.
Exactly.
Ta-da!
I couldn't have a dirty. Well, I do have dirty workshops, but only because I'm doing stuff.
Yeah, whilst you're working, the floor can be covered in shavings, but as soon as you're finished, I clean it away.
Yep.
It only takes minutes. So you leave it for 3 or 4 days, it takes you half a day to clean up.
I clean up at the end of every time I do a live or I do
Yeah,
a video.
but if the shavings pile up in the corner, that's no problem. If you spray water on them after about 6 months, they rot down.
Yeah, right, Terry.
Yeah.
Bag them and bin them.
Fires.
Put mine in the garden.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Put mine
In
in
the garden. Perfect.
I'll chuck mine over the fence next doors.
You can use them
Next
as a
door's
mulch. You use wood shavings as a fairly substantial mulch.
Yeah, keeps the
in
weeds
between
down.
between your bushes and stuff like that. And it does rot down eventually and incorporates back into the soil.
Glenn has just said he's with you, Steve. Clean is best.
It is best, Glenn.
Uh-huh. And the other thing that my mother used to say, there's everything has its place, and there should be a place for everything.
I was taught that many years ago.
Yep.
When I worked for Campbell's, we did this. They paid a fortune for this Chinese man to come over. The principle of TPM, total preventive maintenance, and we was taught then that everything should have a home. Everything should be in its home when it's not being used. Everything should be clean and tidy. But hey ho, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Right, so that's the gold. So we'll just dry that off.
Bib says I stand the concrete base, so I have to have it to keep the layer for installation. Yeah, that's a good excuse too. I have a rubber mat that I stand on. It's perfect.
Billy, it doesn't draw the nitrogen out of the ground if you put it on the top. Just keeps the weeds down.
That's what you put chippings on, isn't it? A lot of people put bark chippings on, don't they?
They do, aye.
Yeah.
Or even wood pulp.
Yeah, wood chippings even, not so.
Yep.
Sandringham Estate has got their own sawmill. They used to sell you a cubic metre of wood chippings for like 27 quid. So when I first came here, we put it all around the garden. The only trouble is the birds love digging in it for the bugs. So it gets chucked all over the garden.
Woodturning by Barry says, or you can compress the shavings into a brick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got a friend that does that, actually. He got a machine that he gets the wood shavings from wood shops and compresses them into, and then he puts them in his fire. They turn into fire logs.
Yeah. I did try that, glue them together with some PVA glue, but I couldn't get them to work properly.
I do use the shavings up at the yard, Paul. It goes into the big shed for the horses to wander in and out on. You just have to be careful when you've got toxic timbers.
Right, Danny Boy said, you're going to disappear shortly as it's all gone a bit HAE, whatever it is. Tell Steve not to forget spindles at my brother's house.
Yeah, I haven't forgot, Danny. Obviously, with COVID and all, I will get over there, mate. That's for sure, because I know you got them for me, so I appreciate that. But I will be in touch, Danny. Maybe the end of this month, because I want to go and see Derek as well. I could do it all in one hit, to be honest. Right, so that's the gold. So the silver, I'm going to use an embellishing wax. So let's get the silver embellishing wax out. Actually, I've got some gilt cream.
Silver and embellishing wax?
No, gilt cream.
Oh, gilt cream.
Callum T says the price of gas and electricity, shavings are better on the fire now.
Yeah.
True.
It's a brand new tablet, never even been opened.
Evening, Callum.
My next door neighbour compresses horse poop from her stables into briquettes and burns them.
Why not? It's only grass, isn't it?
Yep, it's only fibre at the end of the day.
It's only firewood at the end of the day, so.
Fibre.
Right, so chestnut gilt cream. Just making sure we don't get any on the gold. Be good.
I haven't got any of that gilt cream.
I suppose if you teach the horse really good, then you could save it in the floor, can't you?
Yeah, that's maybe a.
You teach horses, Brian, don't you? Well, you don't teach people about horses.
That's maybe a. I teach horses too. That's maybe a step too far, though, Terry.
Okay.
Or a hoof too far.
I like that, Steve. It's good.
Good eye. It's very good.
Why didn't you think of that, Brian? See?
Well, after Brian criticised it.
Criticise what? What did I criticise now?
Short-term memory loss as well.
Wayne Bigfoot says I couldn't tell you if my floor's mesh or not because I can't find it.
That's a point.
Right, so.
Jeff says that's looking nice, Steve.
Todd at Glencove Woodward says I sweep up the floor, open the garage door, and blow out the fine dust. Perfect. Can't see anything wrong with that.
No.
And Tipsy Turner says that's looking nice. Nice.
Thank you. So we just got to make sure we don't hit the goal, really.
Is that chestnuts wax or?
Yes, chestnut gilt cream.
Martin, right.
No, this is gilt.
I haven't got any of that yet.
This is gill cream, not embellishing wax. Same thing.
Okay.
Not the same thing, is it not?
Well, it's very similar, yeah.
What's in that embellishing cream?
What's
that grain, lovely, isn't it?
What's in it? How am I supposed to read that with my glasses on?
Oh, okay. Don't bother. I just wonder, was it wax based or?
Yeah, it is wax based. You can smell the wax in it.
All right. So it's just embellishing wax with a different name.
Yeah. We use gill cream to. You can use gill creams on. I've used the gold before on when I repaired a old-fashioned lamp.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
to
okay.
try and blend in the joint on it, and it's actually It's a bit thicker than. It's a bit thicker paste than embellishing wax.
Callum T. Did we welcome in Callum T?
I did, but you were busy yapping.
Was I?
You're yapping away, you know.
I was off on one at the time.
What you started off on one and you haven't stopped yet. But
okay.
Right.
We've been going like an hour.
So we're just gonna.
I have an interesting story. Well, not interesting to you guys. I walked out the house today and went over towards the shed.
That's it. That's enough.
And that's it. Yeah. And Michelle came running out the door and says, "Did you see that?" I said, "What?" Obviously, I didn't see it. A tractor tire. Now, a great big tractor tire, about 4 feet tall, maybe 4.5 feet tall, about 2 feet wide.
Yep.
Came down the road by itself.
Without the tractor.
No tractor. Right down past my house.
Okay.
Out through the junction, and down the road to my next door neighbour's yard. It hit a tree, spun round half a dozen times, and landed in his yard.
Okay. So he claimed it.
Fell off. When I went down to have a look at it, and this thing has a 5-inch hub or shaft. It's off a big one of the big slurry spreaders.
Yeah.
Huge thing, and it's sheared off completely, just right through like a 5-inch shaft.
So was it on strike? Was it?
Well,
it's making a run for it. Freedom!
Claim salvage because they're a lot of money, those tires.
So I'm just going to keep polishing that until we get most of that wax off of that.
Pete says you need some, Brian, and rainbow waxes. Yeah, I've got some rainbow waxes. It scared the life out of me when I picked them up off the shelf.
Yeah, that's what I want to try.
£6.50 a tub.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Malcolm Douglas is asking what was the texturing bit you used, Steve?
Right, hang on, I'll show you. Let me just do this, Douglas, and I will show you.
Where is that?
I do like look at them rainbow waxes because they've got like a pearly look to them, haven't
they? Yeah. I remember I got a tractor tire story as well. When I was a young man, I was a young photographer at the time, and I'd do a photo shoot down in the bottom end of Cornwall. And I came back about 2 o'clock in the morning, came around the corner, and there was this big, 5-foot diameter tire laying in the road, 2 foot tall. I bounced into it with the car, flipped over, and knocked on the farmer's door and said, "Is that your tire? Because it's ruined my car." He says, "Not mine, boy." He says, "Somebody must have put that there." Turned out it was his. Somebody went in his yard and put it out in the road. So he got his tractor and put a rope on, put the car back up on its wheels. I started the car and drove home. And there's a toll bridge between Cornwall and where I live. And as I got to the toll bridge, there's a policeman sitting there in his car. And I went through the toll bridge and threw the money at the guy. I had no brakes and all that. All smashed up. And I'm driving up the road going towards the house, and this policeman comes up beside me and winds the window down. His passenger winds the window down. Didn't have any glass in the side of mine, it had gone. And he said, "Are you all right, boy?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." He said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Oh, car looks a bit smashed up." I said, "Yeah, I had a tractor tire." A likely story. I said, "Don't stop." I said, "You can't stop me because I can't stop." So I'm going home. And where I live with my mother, we lived on a hill, and I came up this hill, and out it on the clutch and just backed it down slowly into the wall. Got out. The policeman said, "Did you?" I was like, "Yeah, tractor tire." And I gave him the phone number of the farmer. Then he confirmed it. He said, "You were lucky." I said, "I was. I only just got home." Scrapped the car the next day, mine, but I'm going to walk about 50 miles.
My goodness.
Right, so that's the outside done. So
That looks nice.
That must have been before you were a member of the AA.
That's good, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, it was.
That is lovely, yeah.
So
Really nice.
We'll try and do the inside now.
I was a freelance photographer then.
What do you mean try?
Don't forget to show that bit to Douglas.
Oh yeah, sorry Douglas. Right, so let me unplug this and turn this off so that don't start in my hand. So the bit I'm using is, I'll come back on this camera over here because that'll be a better camera. Intro cam, turn them lights off. Right, so the bit I'm using is that bit there, Douglas. I don't know if you'll see it.
Sideways view.
Hang on, let me use this one here because that'll focus better. So it's one of those.
Oh, look at that. That's right.
So it's like 3 blades all on. It's like a spare tip.
Yeah.
They are
Looks
very
like a serious arrowhead.
Yeah, they are aggressive. They're more for carving than actually what I've done. But the reason I like them is because you can get different thicknesses or different textures with one piece. Obviously, when you use the ball, you're getting all the same texture all the time, aren't you? Or same sort of size all the time.
And those came from Wish.
They came from Wish. They was about 7 or 8 quid for 5 of them. You get the biggest one I've used today, and this is the tiniest one.
Oh, blimey, it's small.
That is small.
That's the tiniest
Well, that's
one.
good for carving, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good for
remake
little
collection.
intricate bits, yeah. So they are good. They're very sharp, so obviously be careful. And like I say, they came from Wish. I bought them quite a while ago before the pandemic. So, right.
Yeah, it was Malcolm who was asking. Said,
Oh, sorry, Malcolm. Sorry, Douglas. Yeah, I meant Malcolm.
Right, does that look clear?
Yep.
Yep, right. So let's turn this. Get this centre turned out. I don't want it majorly thin because there's no need to have it thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that storage up there out of the way.
Might you use Yorkshire grit on this?
I might leave the middle. It depends what the wood looks like. If the wood looks nice, then I'll leave it naturally inside. If it looks horrible, then I will put some colour on it or something. I'm not sure yet.
Do something with it.
Looks a nice bit of wood.
Colin from Wood Wizardry said he's got the purple rainbow wax. He's not tried it yet. I bought 4 of the colours. All I could afford at the time. Poor me.
Colin, try his eyeshadow first.
And I haven't tried any yet. I may do on Monday night.
You heard it here, folks.
I've got a few reviews to do on Monday night, guys, by the way. I've been busy.
Few reveals. Ooh, sounds good.
I've been a little bit busy.
That's not sitting true in there for some reason.
Indeed, it's not. Did you put it on with the tailstock support?
No, I won't have to.
Make sure there's no shavings in the bottom or something.
Yeah, I want to make sure it says Yorkshire grit goes on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it all the time. I mean, even if you want the colour over the top of it, you can still use Yorkshire grit and then just give it a wipe with denatured alcohol or methylated spirits in this country.
That is not sitting.
Gerard, the French turner's got to go. He said there's a bus tour booked early for breakfast tomorrow. Blinking tourists. Well, he said bloody tourists. Good night, Good night, Gerard.
Good night, Gerard.
Thanks for coming in and watching.
There's something not sitting right in there. Something not sitting right in there. Just going to clean up a little bit in there.
Ash at Katie Shed said, I've got a lot and purple is my favourite so far.
Brian Watkins has said those bits look as if they would be handy for cutting out yarn bow coils. They would, actually.
They would. Yeah. Yep. You could carve them out quite easily.
I'll make the bottom natural now.
Was it a bit off, was it?
It must have been. Just as I nipped it up, I just sort of pushed one side up a little bit.
Pete from Twisted Tree says, Terry and Mark, do we want to do earworm for Brian when he reveals stuff? Question mark.
Oh, that's a point, Pete. We can leave him, let him hang out to dry.
Please yourselves, guys.
What will be, will be.
Indeed. Or my favourite expression these days is, it is what it
Hello,
is.
hello,
It is what it is. That's better.
Right, so let's face this off.
I just got a notification on Facebook says, Steve Garbo posted in Grit and Sheen. Oh, look, it's a link for your live tonight. Huh.
Better late than never, eh?
Yeah. That's good, isn't it? How high is that camera above the bed of the lathe?
Which one?
Looks like
The
it's on
one
the
you're on
tailstop.
now.
That is about 4.5, 5 inches above the tailstock.
Okay.
Right.
Why is it too high, too low?
No, it's just it's
Oh,
a
no.
kind of almost straight on view. Oh, it's good. Must have a look at mine. I think mine might be a little bit too high.
Yeah, I reckon it's about 4 inches above tailstock. It's directly above the tailstock, around about 4
Mhm.
inches high.
I prefer the side angle look because you can see the depth of the tool going in as well.
Dave Oaty says the bits Steve used for protection are available on Amazon. Oh, are they now? Are they now?
What's
They'll
that?
be looking at them after the live.
Aha.
What's that?
The little bits that you bought from Wish.
Oh, right. Even better.
Under carving, Brian, I would think. If you're looking at
Yeah,
the link.
that's what I'm just going to looking for carving bits.
That's better, Steve. You see the 3D look then. Depth of field.
They don't call them. They don't call them bits though. Sure, they don't.
Don't know.
What are they called?
Carving.
I think they're
Bars.
actually called 3D carbon bits, if I remember rightly.
Carving bars for wood. There you go. Oh, there's loads.
$12.99.
Yeah. Well, there's a set here for $12.95. Would you believe?
All right.
It's the Amazon
Also
choice
not-
set.
not
10-piece rotary bar
expensive.
set. Tungsten carbide steel twist. Solid steel twist drill bit grinding head for tool DIY. Blah 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 blah.
Cool.
Size of shanks on them.
And obviously built to fit Dremel, yeah? Or is that size 3 mil?
Well,
is
that's what I'm looking to see what size the shaft is done.
1/8, aren't they? 1/8, 1.75. That should
Quarter
be.
inch. No, these
Right.
are quarter inch. No, that's different.
Oh,
It's all right. That's not it.
oh, that's for electric drills, isn't it? Or your
Right, I'm just going to
Quarter
sharpen them a
inch,
bit
isn't
up.
Yeah, this comes with all different ones. Pointed cone, round nose ball cone, cylinder with end cut. There are a huge selection of them, guys.
Dave Oldie's really impressed with the look, Steve. He says he's going to be trying that out.
Thank you. Good to see it. Make sure you stick it on Facebook.
If you go onto Amazon and just type in carving bars, BURRS, for wood, there are a multitude of them to choose from.
Okay.
You pay your money, you take your chances. I think there's a 20-piece set for £10 there. God knows whether they're any good. There's another one, a 10-piece set for £8.99. 20 pieces for £8.39. Well, tungsten carbide rotary bars from China.
Dave Oldie's just said he had a quick look and now he's got 12 sets in his basket on Amazon. And he'll look more carefully after the live. Click, click, click,
Very
click, click,
good.
click, 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 click. Chuck them all out.
There's a set there. It's called the Hakkin, Hakkin, 20-piece tungsten carbide, but I've got them, and they're fine.
Can you put the link in, Brian?
Well, it's on. It's just
Roy's
on
asking.
Amazon. Just look them up on Amazon, guess. It's as quick as me trying to put a link in there.
Yeah, but some of them are lazy. Roy's lazy, that's why. Once it's all done for him.
Shame.
I
I don't know how to get a link off Amazon, because I'm looking at Amazon on my iPad whilst I'm watching you guys on the computer.
No, you won't be able to. You'll be able to link it through, will you?
Well, I don't know how to do a link on Amazon. Let me just try.
You could type it in.
There must be some method of sharing
Mark,
from Amazon.
Mark
Sure.
would be able to do it. Mark would do it.
Oh, it's a cert, yeah. But then he's a professional earworm.
Yes. Ah. The jury is saying copy the ASINN number. So copy and paste, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Right enough. What to find the ASIN number? But there's the ASIN number.
It's up in the top right, is it? Or left-hand corner?
No, I think that's it there.
Near the description.
Yep, got it. I've got it. Just can't get the copy. Aha,
Highlight
copy.
one end and then
Got it.
slide
Got
down
it.
again.
Got it. Got it. I have it. I have it. Calm yourself.
It's all right.
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Don't panic. Right. It's actually quite a nice bit.
I'll
Look,
need
it's
to
got a nice
find
little
this,
bit in there.
So I have to open that. I have to open YouTube on my iPad now. I have to go through a five-hour intro.
Life's a bitch.
Do you know what?
Skip
A
me
bit of
that.
that has just come over the top of my safety glasses and hit me in the eye.
There you go.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm alright.
That
I
should
go-
be it. That's that number that you asked for. You asked for that number.
There it is. See if it works.
That's the
Copy and paste that into Amazon.
ASIN number from Amazon. Try copying and pasting that, guys. See will that work for you.
Amazon.co.uk/that or .com/that.
Suppose if you just type, I'm going to try that. Just copy that, stick it in Google, and see what happens. Ooh.
Probably come up with a call center.
Paste. Search.
Works. The jury says works. It works.
That didn't work for me.
Oh, well, you.
Alright,
Well, that's fair. You didn't even know how to copy it, so come on.
Yeah, listen. Well, I found it. I made it in the end.
It's the Amazon stock inventory number.
Yeah, I know.
So let's just clean this up.
Hey, Annie. If you just copy that, go to Amazon, type it in, you'll get it.
It's looking good, Steve.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You changed cameras to fire the shaving straight at the camera, didn't you? Tell the truth.
No, I told him to change it because looking straight on, you don't get the 3D effect. You see the depth of cut.
So if I just clean up the bottom with the traditional grind.
And lose the transition line.
Bruce Watts is in. Morning all. Sorry, he slept in.
Right, Bruce.
Sorry, Bruce.
How you doing,
Nice to have
mate?
you aboard, mate. Well done.
Where's Bruce from?
Where are you from, Bruce?
Australia, I reckon.
Don't say that. That's a
Well, he
that's
slept
stereo-
in.
That's
wait.
very stereotypical.
No, but when he said he slept in, that's early morning over there, isn't it?
Colin wants to know if you're going to roll over the
call
rim.
them from the wood wizardry, as just said. Are you going to roll over the rim? Lol. Nothing wrong with a rolled edge.
There's nothing wrong with a cheeseburger either, but
No.
Well, that's true.
right. So I'm just going to take that back a little because it's got a bit of a flat spot there. I don't know if you can just see that.
Yeah, actually, that just
So just gently take that.
might be a little bit uneven.
Bruce is from Canberra, Australia.
Oh,
Canberra. That's a capital, isn't
All
it?
the way from Canberra. That's just the
Welcome,
other side of the
Bruce.
world.
Is Canberra the capital?
716 there, aren't we?
I've got some relatives live in Canberra.
You have?
Yeah.
It's 9:15 here and it's 7:16 there.
Right. Slept in, blimey.
That's tomorrow. It's 7:16 tomorrow. Miles ahead
Time.
of us,
I
aren't we?
mean, what time do you normally get up then, Bruce? Because 7:16, I've never seen. The only time I see 7:16 is in the evening.
Yeah. I thought there was only one 7:16.
Yeah. Being retired and all that. You know. Of course, you don't realise some of these people are probably watching this before they go to work.
It's true. He's probably sitting eating his breakfast, watching Steve done on YouTube.
Lewis is probably watching this in Canada while he's in work.
yeah.
Lewis is 4 hours behind us, so he's not in work now.
Well, I don't know, he works some strange hours.
It's the weekend, but finishes early on a Friday.
Oh, he's a Friday afternoon man, is he? Bruce normally gets up 5:30. Look.
Man of my own heart.
Yeah, Dave Oates says, if you have family over there, Terry, does that mean a free holiday?
No, I'm not going to Australia. It's too far.
Too far. Terry doesn't like flying anymore. He'd have to go by boat.
I don't mind flying. I just don't mind. I don't want to fly for like 24 hours or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
exactly. 23
mind
hours
flying.
to get to Australia.
Flying to 4 hours or something, but my days are long distance or where I can't be bothered.
Yeah, me neither.
Right, let's get this standard up then.
An hour across to England's about long enough for me these days.
I remember we flew to Peru. It took us 27 hours to get there.
Yeah. I flew to Hong Kong once. It was 23 hours in an airplane.
Terrible, isn't it?
A VC-10. An RAF VC-10 I must add, which had extra seats in it.
Bet that was hard.
Oh, it was tough. We stopped at a place called Guam, or Gan, Gaun, Gan. Just a tiny little island, and I think it's the Indian Ocean, I think. But we landed and opened the doors, and the heat came in through the doors. It was like a sledgehammer.
How about that before?
We flew from Glasgow in January and landed in this tropical island.
Mm.
We got off the plane for 10 minutes while they refueled it, and we got back on again.
Mm.
Horrendous.
We did that when we went to Dominican Republic and we landed and they opened the doors and it's like walking into furnace.
Yeah. And then we flew from there to Singapore and then Singapore to Hong Kong. It was horrendous.
I think I'm going to just leave that natural inside.
Okay.
Oh. Has he got a bit of figure in it?
Yeah, a little bit, not a lot. It's got a little bit of a pattern in it.
But it accentuates the bowl, doesn't it? Because the rest of the outside. And take your eye away.
Oh, I'm not so sure.
Well, Brian, simplicity is the best.
Do something with the rim with me? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't want to take anything away from the sides.
Colin says, damn, I get up at 5 a.m, he says. That's what time Steve gets up, about 5 o'clock in the mornings.
Douglas Mungham used to have breakfast at 4. No point going to bed if that's the case. Aye. What's the point of going to bed if you're having breakfast at 4?
I'm at most
Yeah,
days
Dave
between.
Oates.
I'm at most days between 5 and 1/2 past.
It sounds like Dave Oates is the same as you, Terry.
Yeah.
His family in the
Dave.
US and New Zealand. He says it's free anytime, but can't be bothered with the travelling.
Yeah, that's it. Another
Right,
feeling,
right.
mate.
And Douglas Mullins just said, Brian, less is more. It is sometimes. You're absolutely right. I wouldn't disagree with that. Sometimes simple is best.
Always.
Not always.
Roy never rushes to get up by the look of it. So obviously retired.
Yeah.
Or just lazy. One of the two.
So lazy.
I wake up around 7 o'clock every day and get out of bed
You
about
really
half
know.
8.
You really know how to make people feel special, don't you, Terry?
Yeah. Wake
Know the
up at
feeling,
7.
Roy.
Yeah. Peel myself out of bed about 8
Only
o'clock or
joking,
quarter
mate.
past or half past or whenever I feel like it these days. So
Yeah, but the thing is,
Great.
if you spent all your whole life getting up early, then why shouldn't you?
well,
Yeah,
exactly.
true.
Why shouldn't you?
Oh,
Right?
yeah. No.
Yeah, if you want to get up, get up. If you don't
Douglas
want to have
used
a
to
lie
say-
in, then you can. Have a lie
Douglas
in.
said that he used to get up early because he always had to be on site by 7 o'clock, wherever that was. That's fair enough. If you work and you got to miss it.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I wake up before my alarm clock nowadays.
All right. Okay.
So
I spent
my alarm's set for 6, but my attitude is, if I'm awake, I might as well get up.
Mm.
I spent many
Archie's-
years doing that, Steve.
Archie's got to
Many
go. He says
years.
good night. Good night, Archie. Thanks for
See you,
coming in.
Archie. Have a good weekend, mate. Thanks for coming over.
Hi, Archie.
And Roy agrees. He's lazy.
Frisky Wood Creations says he gets up around 8 a.m. or whenever the notion strikes him.
Yeah.
Quite right, sir. I agree. That's just how I feel these days.
Bruce says to me, "You're going to put the alarm on. Why? What's the point of making a
Yeah.
noise?"
Why? Are you working tomorrow, dear? No. Why do we need an alarm?
And when she is working, I don't put my alarm on. I don't even hear her get out of bed. Lovely.
Unless you have to drive her to work.
Unless I have to drive her because I would. Yeah,
Mm.
I'll need the car. And Pete Twisted Tree says he always gets up before 6 p.m.
Does he? Don't get up before 6 a.m. this morning.
I didn't say that. Pete says he always needs.
Oh, 6
he always,
p.m.
yeah, up before 6.
I
Space
misread that.
p.m.
I misread that.
Right.
And Gary Glass says he's up at 6 every morning for a 5k jog. Am I believing this?
But if I did that, I'll be up at 6 for a 5k jog. I'll be, I don't know.
You'd be dead by 6:15, Terry.
Yeah, and if I survived, it would be I wouldn't finish the 5k till 6 at night. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can just see you jogging out the front door,
no,
turning
you
left
can't.
and
You
dying.
never see me do that.
Only if
Never
it's a
see me
fi-
do that, mate.
Only if it's a fire.
Fire, yeah.
Right, sand and sealer then.
What's that noise, dear? It's the fire engine outside. I'll just open the door and let him in then. Brian's dying by the sound of it.
He is. He's a bit coffee
Yeah.
tonight, isn't he?
He is anyway. You got a test, Brian? You're not COVID. Not COVID-ized, are you?
I hope not, Terry.
Well, you're coughing away there. Sounding like an old man.
Feeling like an old man today.
Right. So
Return to sing, Brian.
I'm blaming, oh. Is that Yorkshire Grit you've just put on there?
No, it will be.
No, that's sand and sealer. Keep up with the program, Brian. Come on, what's the matter with you tonight?
Thank goodness for that. Oh, I've just
No,
seen the
listen,
cloth
eh?
moving there.
Didn't
I'm not
even
watching you at
listen.
all. I'm watching the chat. You just happen to be in the background there.
You just happen to be in the background, Steve.
So there you go, Glyn. There you go, Glyn. Yorkshire
go.
Grit.
Yorkshire Grit, Yorkshire Grit, Yorkshire Grit. Where is he?
He's gone in
Hovering in the
disgust.
background.
He's probably away, yeah.
Right, so nice little cushion. Oh, that's a bit tough, that cloth. Right, so nice little cushion pad. So we Push on it, or not push on it, but just gently buff it up. Bit of grit. We
Pete,
don't want to.
That's not very nice, Pete.
We don't want to be getting on our outer rim, or on our rim, but not on our outer wax.
Outside of the bowl. And Pete Twisted Trees just said, so you should, Brian. You were an old man yesterday as well. You'll be an old man tomorrow as well. I'm still
You've been
only
an old man
26.
for years, Brian.
Good thing is, though, he'll be an older man tomorrow than he is today.
Yeah.
Oh, don't remind me. Do I care?
Oh, sugar. Oh,
Because today is yesterday's tomorrow.
I didn't want to do that.
No, he didn't forget this time, Roy. He put the sealer on.
No, sealer's on, Roy.
Yeah. It's me that forgets the sealer.
I don't know what
What's
to
me?
turn Monday, Brian.
I'm putting that down to my age.
I don't
What
want
you
to
said?
turn Monday.
What, you turn on Monday?
Don't know. I ain't got a clue at the moment.
Ah, yeah, it's okay. Steve will help you out on Sunday. It's hashtag week next week.
Oh, is it? Right, okay.
Sunday, yeah.
I forgot that.
Dun, 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 dun. Now, hands that feel pretty, feel soft as your face with light brown. Yorkshire gritty.
Yorkshire gritty.
Wrapping it now.
Just thought I'd change up a wee bit there.
Lynn's probably crying now, as he'll be the only one hearing Joe sing, says Dave Oatey.
This is true. His ears will be bleeding. And how
He's
long
heard
is
it
it
so
gonna
many
take
times
Joe
now.
to respond to that?
He's heard it so many times now that even if she doesn't sing, he hears it.
In his
Yeah,
ears, ringing in his
true.
ears.
I remember
So
once.
Dave Oatey has a question for me, or for news. Is Brian turning resin on Monday? The answer to that is
That will be no.
categorical no.
Talking of
Susie
hearing.
Swiss Woodturner says resin mice. Oh, now there's a thought.
Crikey, coughing.
Oh, behind me, Brian.
You got to stop sniffing that horse dung.
Yeah.
I don't know what's causing that today. I'm going to blame her, Carol, because she was bad and coughing like a mad thing yesterday. She's maybe smitten with something.
Roy asked a question, Steve. He says, Steve, who picked the hashtag week this time?
Who
No
picked it?
comment?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
One of us
No
three.
comment?
It was either me. That was either me, Brian, or Terry. One of the two.
One of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your
the two.
master's improved.
Can't count either.
Well, I didn't count myself. I was, one of the two.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Right.
Really, what you should have said was one of the three.
One of the three.
Talking of hearing the things that are not there. When I used to do Morse code, right, radio room up in the loft, and I was tapping away for hours this Morse code business, and
No, but the machine weren't turned on. He was just tapping away for hours.
No.
Mark Ellis just joined us. Yeah, Mark Ellis just joined us.
Hi, Mark. How you
Hello,
doing?
Mark. Anyway, I was doing this Morse code for hours and hours and days and weeks and all that, and competitions and all the rest of it. And then I finished about midnight one night on a competition, and I went down, got into bed, and Ruth said to me, "Can you go up, turn that bloody Morse code off?" She said, "It's driving me crazy. You've left the radio on." So out I go. Back I went to the loft, and it's all in darkness and all switched off. She was still listening to it.
You could still hear it, yeah.
Yeah,
I know what that's like. I
for
love Morse
days,
code
for
in
days.
the services. It does kind of stay in your head for a while.
It does. It's in my head now after 30 years. It's still there.
All right, so I'm using Chestnut Products microcrystalline wax on the inside. Not
Okay.
putting any wax on the outside. I'm just going to leave that with the Guild Cream over the top of it.
There are some hashtags in here.
From?
Dave
Along the
Oatey
lines
says-
of Brian needs to turn resin.
Well,
Okay,
Dave
okay.
Oatey's asked a question. He says, Steve, can we have a hashtag turning week where we can have something with resin so Brian has to turn some?
Not happening. The hashtag challenges have been set for the next 2 years.
They have actually. Only because
not-
one night
they're not
in a chat, Steve said to us, "What's the point of doing something every week? Because there's not too many things to think about." So Brian and I got together and we were firing questions at him, firing projects at him, and he was writing so quick. And then he said, "If we did one a month, this is going to last us 2 or 3 years." I said, "Well, there you go."
Yeah, we're done now. That's good.
And then then we're hoping everybody's going to forgot about the first one. We'll go back to the first one.
Yeah, go back to this. Hence, hashtag week was born. Brilliant.
Yes, little dog.
Right, let's just clear this mess up. Get all this rubbish in the bin.
Susie says hashtag resin Easter egg.
I've just been invaded by a dog. A little
Turn it.
dog.
Right, let's get rid of all this rubbish. Let's stay in a place. Oh. Right, I think we're finished.
No.
Peter be on holiday that hashtag week.
Pete's on holiday.
No, he said he
Yeah, if it's a resin week, Pete'll be
All
on
right,
holiday.
all right.
be on
Okay,
holiday, yeah.
So will I.
I won't even switch on.
we won't. We will get Brian doing resin.
Roy
He's
the boy said the army stopped using Morse code when I joined the army. When did you join the army, Roy the boy? Because I would join the army in 1969. They were still doing it. I learnt it in Hong Kong. They communicate with HF radio all the way back to the UK.
So what?
Yeah, I've
that weren't
spoken all over the world.
That weren't English Morse code you learned then. Right.
Yes, it was.
Look at that, people. Super job, that is.
Gorgeous.
That's a great bowl, Steve.
So
I
I'm just gonna recolor this black because I think
Yeah.
there was a little bit of a high spot on the mortar. So
You're going to lose your mark on there, no?
Those what's the name? Things are Senelia ones are brilliant.
the what? Sorry.
Those Senelia paints are brilliant.
They are. They're very bold.
Very good,
I mean
yeah.
that if you get that at the right angle, it looks like there's actually holes there as well. It's brilliant. It looks like you can see through it.
Yeah, well, I to be honest, when I was
Oh,
thinking about doing it, I was thinking about doing some deeper so they came all the way through, but I thought that would ruin the inside. So,
Yeah.
but you could pierce it all the way through
That's
if you want to,
gorgeous.
couldn't you?
Yeah. Brilliant.
But I mean, the idea is it's just like a gold band, and then obviously this is your patinaed.
Yep.
Obviously, you got
Very nice.
grain look in it. But if you didn't want that grain look in it, you could spray it with some ebonizing lacquer and keep taking it back until you got a smooth finish, and then do it that way. But yeah. So that's it.
Lots of comments saying
Jerry says it's gorgeous.
Roy says he joined in 1980.
1980. Oh, you're just a sprog. I joined in 1969. Thinking about retiring in 1980.
Superb works. Douglas says superb work. Mark, the winning was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Oh, nice comments,
everybody.
mate.
Thank you very much. Appreciated. Something a bit
Lovely,
different.
lovely.
And Dave Odie says that looks very nice, Steve. It is going to cost me money now. I have to go and do something like that. That's good. Get on, Dave.
Have a go. Have a go.
Dogs.
At the end of the day,
£1,000 bowl, says Barry.
Yeah. I was going to say, at the end of the day, the bits aren't very good. I've got some of these bits, which are like.
Put it on full screen
Today.
so we can see the bits.
I've got some of these bits, which I don't. They're all right, but they get very blunt very quick because they're only cheap ones. I find with them when you got your tool, they try and run with the rotation of the tool. You've got to really hold them steady.
They do, yeah.
And they try to grab and run across your piece. Where with those bits, when you're going in at that angle, it doesn't tend to snatch out. It's just going straight in your holes.
Yeah, it drills in rather than...
Yeah, exactly that, Brian. Exactly that. So I think if I was to do, or when I do another one, I will be using them bits rather than these bits here because, like I say, I do struggle with those because they do try to jump, and I also find that they go blunt quite quick, and they tend to burn rather than cut.
Right.
So I mean, they are better. Like I say, I got mine from Wish. I think it was about £8 or £9 for a set. I think what did you say we're on Amazon, Brian? About a tenner.
About a tenner, yeah.
Yes.
So 11 quid for about 30, whatever.
You can get, there's a set there of 20 for 12 quid or something.
And they're all bits like them hex bit, them star bits.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah. So there you go.
Yep.
It's not a great deal of money,
Mm.
and like I say, they do last.
There's all sorts of different ones on there, Steve. Loads of different ones.
I'll have a look later. So yeah.
Yep.
So have a go.
Takes your money, he takes your chances, basically.
Yeah. But at the end of the,
But for that price, you could say they're disposable.
Well, they
couldn't
are.
you, really.
Right.
at the
You
end of
use
the
them
day,
after
for how
some
often you
projects
use
and-
them, for how often
fine
you
use.
use them, you're not going to use them every day, are you? So
Nope.
you know, I mean, it is what it is. But for having a go for 8 or 9 quid or tenner, as well. But with this, you haven't got to use the you could use the embellishing wax on there. Obviously, dry brush it again, but embellishing wax on
Right.
there. You haven't got to use a gold paint or whatever like I've done. You can use an embellishing wax on it. If you wanted to, you could colour it that bit of piece red and then put an embellishing wax over the top of it just to give it a bit different colour. It's 101 different ways you can get some different looks. So have a go. Have a go.
Douglas Mangum says you can buy
Excellent.
5 for 7 quid.
There you go. Perfect.
I mean, 7 quid these days is not very much money for anybody.
It's not. It's not at all.
Bro, I was just trying to think there, what else can you do with 7 quid? Not a whole lot.
2 cups of coffee.
Yeah. No, if you're lucky.
Yeah. Couple of
Not
cups.
in London, you won't buy 2 cups of coffee for 7 quid.
No.
Colin says I'll make interesting crossbow bolt tips.
They wouldn't be Colin, yeah.
Be a bit painful. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming over. As Brian said earlier, or I think it's Terry said earlier, we've got the hashtag Sunday. So come over and check out what we're doing for that.
Absolutely.
Something a bit different. And again, it's going to be your interpretation of what you think the hashtag is. So I'm sure there will be some very interesting hashtag week pictures this month.
The other thing about the hashtag weeks is you should try and use it as an opportunity to try a different tool, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, if you're really confident with your spindle gauge, try something else. Try a skew, maybe.
Or a roughing gouge.
Or try it with a roughing gauge, or whatever. You know, just try a different tool. If you're hollowing out, try it with a different tool.
Don't-
See how you get on.
Don't hollow out with your rough and gouge.
No, that's not good. That's never a good idea.
No.
But you know what I mean. Within safety reasons,
Yeah.
within using your own
Yeah.
common sense and safety.
It's always good to.
Safety.
It's always good sometimes to take yourself out of that little comfort zone. Push yourself over that edge.
Yeah.
Obviously, so you're safe, but sometimes being nervous is a good thing. That makes you more aware and can improve. And can
concentrate.
improve your technique. And like I mean, people criticise me not using the skew, but I do use the skew, but I just don't do it on lives.
You do.
So you know, it is one of those things. Yeah,
You
I will
will.
eventually.
You will.
Desiree's just got back at my ear. She says, or a different medium.
Try a different medium, Brian.
Okay, I give up. I'll do a bit of resin. I give up. Jeez.
There you go. There you go.
I wonder if Shadowfoam turns.
Ooh. Cast it in resin.
No, but I did see Steve Jones turning a piece of polystyrene.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what Brian's going to turn.
Yeah, I get that.
I get lost to you.
That's a piece for Brian. That he's
I
going to send
keep
it to
saying
him.
that. He keeps waving that at me.
I'm waiting for the other bits for the print to send to you as well. So
All right, okay.
you know, you talk about, you know, there is an economy.
Yeah.
Economy of scale.
So
Yeah, Dave Oates says, instead of wood, try resin. Yeah.
Dad says a good one, Steve.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you very much. So as I said before, I've just launched the new Chuck Buddy bits, the jaw holder. No, what do we call it? The jaw buddy, the faceplate buddy,
Okay.
the buddy logo, buddy range logo, and the buddy station logo. But like I said, for the first 30 orders of that I get through, I'm going to chuck in the buddy range logo and the buddy station logo. They'll come unpainted, so they'll come to you like this.
Like
this. So what I would like to see is people painting them, whatever style you want. There's no specific,
specific.
whatever the word is. Colours.
in the front.
I've done mine silver and red. I think Brian did his. What you did yours green and
Gold and pink.
gold and pink. So there's no colour that we're going to go for, but I just like to see people paint them and show them on Facebook so we can share all our own colours. Make it. It's all down to how you want to do it. But like I say, for the first 30 orders I get from today, so that'll be the end of this month. Whatever order I get from you guys, it's only going to be to the people who obviously follow me.
The first 30, at least to be clear, Steve, the first 30 orders for the kit.
Yeah, the kit.
Chuck Buddy.
The Chuck Buddy kit.
Well, it's the first 29
Plate
actually,
Buddy.
because Terry's already ordered his.
Right, okay. So in the kit
Bartlett.
is your jaw buddy, the faceplate buddy, and a Chuck Buddy of your choice. So whatever size you have is, well, I do 7 different sizes. So I do M33, no, 6 different sizes, but 2 variations of one. M33, inch by 8, inch and a quarter by 8, 3/4 by 16, inch and a half by 6, inch and a half by 8. So any of those sizes I will chuck in the kit, and for the first 29 orders now, because Terry's already orders, I will chuck in the Buddy Station and the Buddy Range logo for free. So I can't be no fairer than that. And that's just because I'm pushing the promotion for the new range, and me and Brian have been talking about this for months, and I'm going to launch some items now, and then we've got other items we're going to launch later on in the year. So I don't want to launch them all at once, but as we launch them, obviously you guys will be the first to know on the live. So that's the way I want it to be. So thank you very much for joining us. I hope you do appreciate it. And the link for the Made Me store is in the description, and it's also at the top of the chat, just in case you need it. So thank you very much for coming and joining us. Really appreciate you guys. I've enjoyed tonight. It's been good. I needed it tonight because I was a bit down in the dumps on Sunday. You perhaps noticed it. I weren't my joyful self, and I do apologise. But yeah, just work got on top of me. But this week I'm back to normal, and I hope you've enjoyed. Like I say, nice bowl. Hope you've enjoyed doing this, or watched me doing this. Hope it's given you some ideas.
Yep.
Hope I've not cost you too much money through having to buy bits, but hey ho, that's part of wood turning. You're never rich when you're wood turning. Like they say, if you want to be rich at wood turning, you got to start off rich. So,
by the way, radar's in just as, but radar's just.
All right, radar, we're there going, mate. I'll just show you what we've done. This is what we made tonight, just to show you. There you go. If you want to know how I did it, mate, just go back and watch it on replay. So, other than that, thank you very much for coming and joining us. Thanks to Brian and Terry, as always, for coming in and helping out.
You're welcome anytime.
I will not be doing a live. I will not be doing a live next Friday or next Sunday. The reason being it's my birthday.
Sunday after.
Oh no, this Sunday I'll be doing a live.
I won't
be doing a live on the 8th and the 10th of this month because that's my birthday weekend.
Birthday weekend.
Some of these guys are coming.
He's 50.
The big 50.
He's nearly a Roman soldier. He's half a centurion.
The thing that really concerns me is I'm over halfway through my existence. That's the thing that really concerns me. But anyway, so I won't be doing a live that week.
From here.
Yeah, it's been downhill for a long while, Brian. So I'm not doing a live on the Friday or the Saturday, but if I get a chance, I'll do a video to chuck up on the Friday night or the Sunday. But like I say, some of the guys are coming down for the weekends, and I thought it'd be nice to spend some time with those and also have a bit of a break because I've been doing lives for 2.5 years now. So anyway, thank you very much for coming and joining us. I will see you Sunday. Don't forget, Terry's on Monday lunchtime. Brian will be on Monday night, but I'll remind you on Sunday. So have a great weekend.
Yep.
And
I'll maybe try and do a link.
A link. Oh yeah, so Nick can put
Monday.
The link in for him.
Nick can put him in, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So take care, guys. Have a great weekend, and we're going. Take care. Have a good night. See you later.
Good night, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.
That's all, folks.